200 series Land Cruiser has been one of the most requested trays and we haven't done them, but behind me is the first GCI Tray Tech 200 series chopped extended truck. So let's get into it. Let's do the walk around of what your LC 200 could look like if you come through GCI Tray Tech. So first thing you notice, obviously it's chopped, it's got a 650 extension. At this stage, we're only offering trays for a 650 extension. This chop's done by ASG. We're also offering for creative conversions and then also AEV. So they're the three, chop shops that we are offering trays for. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's have a look at this GCI Tray Tech tray. I'm already here though. I've turned around to walk, but I'm already here. Maybe we start at the back, do the lights first. Yeah. Mix it up a bit. Right. All right, so one of the new features of all GCI products is the tail lights. So we've gone away from our old large lights, which we offered all through 2019 and 2020. Every tray that's been ordered in 2021 is coming out with these new lights. So that's what they look like when they're all, they're sitting still, not turned on. So we've redesigned this taillight bucket. We've given the rear of a tray a bit of a facelift, if you will. So I'm gonna jump in, I'm gonna run through indicating reverse, brakes, and just show you guys what the new lights look like. So let's do it. All right, so as we sit there at the moment, I might just off the brake, we're gonna turn lights on, so that's our tail. Then we have the brake. We're gonna go right indicator and brake, and let's go all through, let's pop it in reverse. All right, that's reverse there. Coming off, let's go, well, stay on the left hand or right hand side, so reversing, indicating right, left, pop the hazards on, tail light off, brake light on, in reverse. What do you guys reckon? How awesome are these new lights?
Are those reverse lights going to do anything to give you any light whatsoever?
They're way brighter than those ones.
Oh, are they?
They're actually quite bright at night.
All right, fair enough.
All right, so for the LC 200s, we have two tray length options. Both trays are 2 meters wide, but we have there the two lengths is a 1.65 meter long and then also a 1.8. The one behind me is a 1.65. The reason we do that is so that the tray is in line with the tow bar. So it means the tow bar is fully exposed to hitch up nice and easily. If you do run the 1.8 meter tray, that tray is going to come over the actual tow bar, and it means hitching up is a bit more difficult, but you do gain that extra 150 mil of tray space. So it's sort of, you're robbing Pete to pay Paul sort of thing. So you need to decide what's best for you and what's going to suit your requirements most if you are in the market for a 200 series tray. But the back of this thing looks so good, so let's run through it. So we've touched on the lights already, we've lit them up. We relocate the factory cruiser reverse sensors, same with the reverse camera. So you have, well actually no, the reverse camera on the 200s, they come like this from ASG, so they're welded onto the bar, so we don't touch them, it's just great. Tail lights, new buckets, tunnel drawer. Because this is a 1.65 meter tray, we've got a 75 litre water tank. So that water tank, we use it in the Amaroks, we use it in the 79 series and the 200 series. Fits perfectly. That means we can run the 1 meter, 150 mil deep drawer. Lid comes up, and again, with all our products, I've done it 100 times now, you can jump on it, no worries whatsoever. Let's close that up. And again, that bench top doesn't do anything for the waterproofing. It's waterproof with a seal around the inside lip. So all our toolboxes are box in a box construction to make sure they are waterproof, dustproof, nothing's getting in or out of them. So the water outlet for that 75 litre tank is in the taillight bucket. So there are a few options on this car where to put them. If we put them at the back, we have to pump them because gravity doesn't flow uphill because the outlet is lower than, or the outlet of the tank is lower than the outlet of our tank. So plug that in and then you've got water there. So pumped at 9.5 litres per minute at 55 PSI. If I leave this on and take it off, not much water comes out at all. So as soon as this pulls out, there's a sort of a check valve in there which blocks the water. So with the tap open, and then it's just a risk of it squirting me as it comes up. So really cool little feature there. And one of the really nice things about it, no one can steal your water without your tap. You can buy some replacement taps, spare taps, keep a second one in your glove box in case you lose it, break it, whatever. But yeah, no one can get to your water without that tap. Moving to the side. All right, so opening up the toolboxes, same as all the GSI Trade Tech products, we slide our toolboxes out. We don't hinge them down. So they're all central locked, so I've got to unlock it first, wait for the actuator to go, and then overcome that vacuum, pulls out the box there. So as I said, central locking, but there's also an option for in toolbox lighting as well. So all our American cars, we can do that. If you have a domestic, it is an option, but it's not possible without a massive canopy package. But Americans, we can do it, no worries. Closing that up. Obviously we've got that tie down rail, so that's integrated to every GCI Trade Tech product. We have, so all the way around 25mm tubing to make the most of an actual usable ute. Up the top we have diesel filling. The reason we've put it on the passenger side instead of the driver's side is because our water tank in the headboard is offset, so we can't actually fit it on the other side. So that one there works with high flow truck diesel pump, 100% flow till it's full. It fills both tanks up, so your primary and your secondary tank, which most of these cruisers have. The infill panel, so this is designed specifically for the cruisers, and more specifically the ASG chop. So the ASG chop has got quite a curved cap. If you go for a creative, it's a very straight chop. So we do have different panels for the bottom for sort of a creative versus an ASG chop. And then again, up the top here, we have another panel to make it flow with the cab. So make that headboard flow as much as we possibly can. All right, so one feature we haven't really touched on much in any of our videos is the drop size. Yes, we've shown you the drop mechanism, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the rear one off this car, and I've also got the rear one or the side one off already. So to drop them down, I've mentioned it in many videos, but never done it. So you can pull them down halfway, you then come down, and you wiggle them slowly, and they come down off, and then they get to the point and they come off like that. So you can run all GCI Trade Tech trays as just utes with no drop sides. You can take them off and you have full access to the tie down rail. So opposite way to put them on. Grab it. The rear one only has 2 locks, so you have to line them both up together. But the ones on the side are a little bit special, and I'll show you there in a sec. So I've lined it up, all you gotta do, slide it on, up it goes. Same for the other side, let's do it. So there's 3 locks on this one, right? But they're all stagnated by 5mm. So it means you don't have to try and line all 3 up at once. So I've got them lined up there on that first one, but the back here is all wobbly. So you only have to line the first one up, get the second one, and by the time you're there, the third one is 5mm off, but it's good to go. So again, a little bit of a wiggle, 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 get all the way to the ends, and then we hit the bump stop basically, up and go. You do the first time you put them on, so I'm actually not quite all the way because I am hitting on the headboard here a little bit. So you have to make sure the first time you put them on that you're all the way down. So there's a little bit more, wiggle them on, and then up and up. That's how the GSI Trade Tech drop sides work. All right, so on this driver's side of this 200 series cruiser, we're quite a simple style going. Obviously we've got standard drop side, standard tie down rails, we've got pull out toolboxes, we'll pull them out on the other side. Water tank filler up the top, so we have a 60 litre tank up top, and then it goes down to a 75 litre underneath. With the powder coat, we've gone the Textura Black. So with the powder coat process, there's a lot more to it than just spraying it and baking it. So with all the aluminium, so all our GSI Trade Tech products are aluminium. There's a little bit of steel here used here and there for like the mounts, but for the 99% of it, it's all alloy. So what we do, we get the raw aluminium part. So let's use the drop side as an example. We get that. We then put it in a chromate bath. So what the chromate is, it's sort of an acid pre-treatment which acts as a primer for the aluminium. So you don't need to chromate anything which is mild steel. Anything that is aluminium, you have to make sure the powder adheres to the alley. So raw aluminium part in the chromate bath, we then let it drain. Once it's all dry, we go into the spray booth, which we then charge the parts to make sure the powder adheres to or sticks to it. We then wheel it from our spray booth into our oven. We then bake it at about 180 degrees for 10 minutes to let it to bake that powder on. Then it comes out and cools down. Once we can touch it, as in it's cool enough to touch, it is a very hard coating on the aluminium, which is a lot more scratch resistant and hard wearing than the standard 2-pack paint you find in most automotive applications. I don't want to say that's a wrap, because that's what I always say.
But like, that's part of the YouTube experience. If you don't say that's a wrap, then it's not a video.
Alrighty. Alright guys, so that is a wrap of the walk around for the LC 200 Land Cruiser. So as I said, 650mm extension, the chop's done by ASG, we've done the tray. It is a 1.65 metre long tray, 2 metres wide. It's fully optioned, there's a lot going on underneath, the powder coat's all included. So if you're in the market for a tray, make sure you hit us up. If you want to keep up to date with the cool stuff we're doing, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube's the most important one, but then also Instagram, Facebook. There's so many of them out there at the moment. I think we just got a TikTok account. So yeah, get on that as well. So make sure you stay tuned and thanks for watching. Cheers. I got the word brake and indicate mixed up. Might see if it's on this time. Nice. 800 and something. Let's give it another go. Is this called a drawbar? No. Very similar to the driver's side. That's the mic, not the key. Still rolling?
Yep.
All right, so we offer 2-length trays for the Land Cruiser 200 series. So the one behind me is a 1.8, no it's not, it's a 1.6.